You want me to make it quieter?
No, it's okay.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Golden Ratio Podcast. I am Jen, GR Mom, joined as always by GR Dad.
Yes, hello.
How's it going, GR Dad?
Pretty good. I'm glad you're here with me today.
Oh my God. It's been such a long
Not
time.
that this is a video video cast, but
But they can tell because I didn't say joined over distance by GR Dad.
physically we're in the same room, and it's nice.
It was like 17 days.
It's been 10 days since 3 days since
More than that.
went up north.
We'll talk more about that. The cocktail of the week this week, though, is the Marigold Spritz.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, pretty looking cocktail. It is 1 ounce of tequila, 1/3 of an ounce of peach liqueur, so just a little bit.
Do we have some of that?
We do.
Coopers?
We have it from Rocktown Distillery.
There you go.
And then you top it with tonic water. So it's kind of like a gin and tonic, but tequila and tonic, but then also a little bit of peach liqueur, which sweetens it up.
Does it have ice in it?
Yeah, I mean, but you just build it in a glass like a gin and tonic.
Oh, that's pretty non-fan. I mean, it's very 3 ingredients.
Yeah, real straightforward.
Non-fancy. I don't know.
Non-fancy.
Where's the sugar? Is there sugar?
Well, the peach liqueur is really sweet.
Yeah, it better be.
And tonic has sugar in it, too.
Yeah, but you don't taste. That doesn't taste sweet.
Doesn't taste super
I would put
sweet.
sugar in tonic. If I had to drink it straight, I'd put sugar in it.
Interesting.
Well, I mean, hypothetically, if I were king of the world.
So, yeah, we could make this. We have not made cocktails for the evening yet, but it could still happen.
I've had an Underback
Oh, well, good. You're ahead then.
because we have so much Underback now.
Because I know we talked about it before, but you guys, somebody sent us 120 bottles of Wunderberg.
It bears repeating.
There's
And they're small, but that is so many
it's
bottles.
stacked up on the counters.
And I like to finish things.
You do have a completionist issue, especially with booze.
It's like the opposite of collecting things.
Yeah.
I like to whittle the collection down to 0 by eating it.
Like when I was up in Maryland, I was like looking in the fridge. I was like, I was pretty sure I bought a case of beer just to like have in the fridge down here at some point. And,
Oh, yeah.
And that is gone. And I'm like, I know what happened. Like Inga was here and he's like, well, I better finish this beer. And I'm like,
Well, not all at once, but
no, not all.
eventually.
But like
yes.
over the course of the days you were there,
Yeah.
became your project.
I mean, that's with cupcakes. That's with cake. That's with, everything.
It's true.
Guavas. And I'm lukewarm on guavas. But if they're here, I'm going to try to finish them.
Indeed.
Still lukewarm on guavas. Any super guava fans, feel free to chime in. But so far, just chomping them like apples feels a little unsatisfying.
Yeah, they're kind of weird. I do aspire to make like a guava syrup or something with them, but I haven't gotten there yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for Administrative Corner.
I love Administrative Corner. Better.
This is better than last week, yeah. I'd like to begin with a correction.
Ooh, I waited with bated. I'm waiting.
So we talked extensively last week about the Twitter account for Dan's Cafe in D.C. with the squirt bottles full of booze.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah, it's a parody account of a bar. And a number of our D.C. denizens, friends of the squad, wrote in and were like, no, Dan's Cafe is actually a real place.
Wow.
And it's disgusting. And you need to go.
Disgusting.
Yeah. Yep. They absolutely do the squeeze bottles with the booze. You do get a shot glass with them, but many people drink directly out of the squeeze bottles.
Sure.
Squirt it in their mouth.
Yeah.
So we have a date. We're going up to Maryland in September. So you and I have a date. We're going to go to Dan's Cafe and get a squeeze bottle with some booze in it. We're absolutely going to do it. It's going to be great.
This is just a health violation waiting to happen.
Yeah.
People are going to suck on those things. It's
Yeah.
not good. They're going to chew them. They're going to suck on them.
Somebody told me they make you give a $5 deposit on the squirt bottles because so many people walk out with them, which honestly, like, if I were not a person opposed to having stuff, I would too.
Sure.
I'd
Are
be
they
like,
labeled? Probably not even.
Mm-mm.
Wow.
No, they clearly just buy them by the case and send them out.
And lose them.
And then lose them, and it's fine because they cost way less than $5 a piece.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Huh. I could, but again, have you seen what people do to like bottle labels when they're nervous? You can see them just chewing on these nipples, like just nervously chewing on the nipples.
So anyway, apologies for that unintentional misinformation last week. Sorry to anybody at Dan's Cafe who was listening. You got a weird Twitter account, though.
It's inside. It's very inside, Jen. I don't think you get it. It's very ironic.
I guess.
It's like Brooklyn.
Okay. The other item for administrative corner. I'm going to be sick with COVID forever.
I can't make fun of you for any of this because you're vulnerable.
I am at least testing negative. I tested positive for 15 days. I'm finally testing negative. I'm glad to be home, but
it's because you're so competitive.
If my competitiveness had a role in this, I would have been negative after 5 days.
Took you a while to realize that negative is acceptable in these cases. You're like, I keep acing the test, and it's bad.
I mean, it's been like I was first sick 2 Mondays ago, so we're on like day 17 or 18, and I'm gonna be sick for at least another week. Like I sound weird. My sinuses are stuffy. I'm real tired. And then it's going to take a while after that for me to be able to like go for a run or something.
It's so
like I'm losing a month to COVID.
I know.
At least it's
I
terrible.
Know. And as an attorney, it's just frustrating that you can sue no one. You're entitled to compensation, but there's no one to get it from.
I'm not even entitled to compensation.
We don't even know where you got it because then we just sue that person. I'm just happy because I'm pretty confident it's not me. So otherwise,
it's not you. You don't
I'd be real cautious about all these little jokey jokes. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't me. So
considering you didn't test positive at all.
Hey,
or nor were you sick.
I get a whole bag of prefab negative tests that I just pull out for these purposes. I get that and a bunch of clean urine too, because you never know.
So I just got a text that came in from one of our neighbors who lives a couple streets over, and they have 3 dogs that they walk every night.
Oh, yeah, Athena,
my friend Athena. And she says, we have 9,000 tennis balls of our own, but Athena always helps herself to one of yours when we walk down your street.
That's nice.
So we have a little free library, and then we've got a wooden box at the bottom of the little free library that's a little free dog tennis ball library. It's full of tennis balls. And she gets one every time. So here's Athena with a tennis ball.
That's great.
Yep.
That's what it's, if it's for no one else, then just Athena, this is worth it.
Yep. That wasn't an intentional
sidetrack.
This
is the high production value of this podcast. It's carefully calibrated and planned. We're working off a script, if you didn't notice.
I do have a script. Not a teleprompter, but a script. The other item for Administrative Corner, which I normally wouldn't have put on here, but it's one of these things that like 5,000 people sent me, is that...
I think you're exaggerating. I'm feeling a little ornery. It's nice to have you back.
Nice to be back for now. So I just had it up here. There's a store called Tractor Supply.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, it's kind of like Menards if you're from Menards territory.
Yeah.
Anyway, Tractor Supply.
Fleet Farm.
Yeah, or Farm and Fleet, which
what
is a different thing.
Ace, yeah.
Yeah. So Tractor Supply has like a 6-foot tall skeleton chicken.
Yes.
So people are just sending me this.
Yes.
Because I have the 12-foot tall Home Depot skeleton.
Correct.
And they're like, maybe you would be interested in the 6-foot tall chicken skeleton.
Yes.
That's all.
I have a comment.
Please.
I've seen a lot of people forwarding this or sending this around on Twitter saying, yes, it's life size. No, it's not. It's 6 feet tall. Have you ever seen a chicken? It's not 6 feet tall.
Wouldn't that be scary?
It's not life size if it's giant. I would not refer to our 12-foot skeleton as life size.
Have you seen that? There's occasionally this like video that goes around on the socials that says like, check out this big cock, and it's a chicken coop. And you see like this chicken come out, and then the chicken comes out, and the chicken's giant.
Oh, it
that
is.
Big fluffy chicken.
It looks like it's even bigger than the coop. It wouldn't fit in that coop, and it emerges from a little door, and it's just like.
It's a giant chicken.
It's got like big fluffy feet, trunk-like feet.
Yep. Yeah. Just go on Twitter and search for big cock.
No,
and
are you kidding?
I'm positive you'll find it in there.
I am. You. Have you learned nothing from Go Search Fantasy Fest images?
Fantasy
debacle
Fest penis.
of
That was a terrible idea.
2021? I guess you have learned things, just different lessons.
Ooh, man, did I learn a lot from that. Yikes. Fair point. That is not a life-size chicken.
Oh, speaking of the 12-foot skeleton,
yeah.
which we don't that often, but Simone Biles jumps that high.
Yes, that people have also sent us
without
that
a
meme.
bouncy bounce, like from the as a floor routine, right? She goes up to the top height of the head of the skeleton. It's unbelievable and frankly scary.
Some of the men on the internet respond to that going like, well, the floor has springs. And then like some gymnasts were like, let me show you what this floor looks like. Like, it's not a trampoline, you fuckers.
No, it looks pretty cementy. Like, it has some give.
It's like plywood on some very dense springs with some foam.
The floor does not have
it's
springs
not a trampoline.
like it's a freaking trampoline. That's a separate event. It's called trampoline.
Yeah, they jump higher in that. Yeah.
Anyway,
men.
it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
No kidding.
It's time for dog updates.
Okay.
Nobody got swept away in the tropical storm.
They didn't care. They cared not about like wind or murkiness of the water or anything. They're just like swimming.
It didn't get very dramatic here, though.
No, it was a good direction, right? It was blowing sort of
from the front of the house
across the water, not at our house. But we also didn't have a ridiculous king tide, and it didn't rain very much either.
Yeah.
So we really dodged all bullets.
It was not a tropical storm when it came through here.
No, it certainly didn't have any ill effects. And there may have been flooding somewhere in the Keys, I guess, in southern Florida, but we didn't, like here, nothing happened.
Yeah. So, good job.
Which is fine. I would not have enjoyed holding up with with these 6 knuckleheads or these 3 good dogs and 3 knuckleheads, and it changes. And
I was going to say, which are the 3 good ones?
The allegiances shift.
Other than that, I mean, it hasn't been that long since our last catch-up podcast.
That's
so
true.
There's not a lot of dog news.
Remy went to the oncologist on Tuesday.
This is just his every 2-month cancer checkup, and the cancer remains indolent.
Indolent and non-detectable, really, so it's good.
Yep.
He was good in the car. It was a 4-hour drive up, 4-hour drives back, and he's a pretty good driving buddy, except that I can't bear to put him all the way in the back because I like to be able to pet him sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just put him in the back seat where we have a little hammock. But every time I make a slight crinkling noise in the front, whether it be to like get a Kleenex to blow my nose or, get a gummy bear or whatever, his face is right there, and then he starts drooling.
Yeah. What's your tell the people your road trip food collection?
Oh well, it varies a little bit depending on availability, but I've come to appreciate the Haribo Star Mix.
Always Haribo Star
collection.
Mix. Yeah.
Because it's got like more intense flavors sometimes than gummy bears. Is that
I think that's Brody.
I think
that's
it is
Brody
Brody
making weird sounds. All right, Haribo Star Mix.
Because it's got some intense flavors. Beef jerky is sort of a staple, but I also, frankly, I keep it on hand more to give to the dogs as treats than anything else. Combos are the staple.
Yeah.
And then I do energy drinks for liquids.
Let's say you're doing a longer road trip.
Yeah.
You typically supplement, I would say
grocery
2 things.
Store sandwiches.
Oh, yes, you do get gas station sandwiches. Baby carrots.
Oh yeah, that because and chips.
And
sometimes.
hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, the trips to Maryland hard-boiled eggs, yeah, and apples.
Ingo sometimes will be like, "Listen, I just ate a pound of baby carrots and 12 hard-boiled eggs."
12. I'll usually have like 6, and then maybe Quack will have 1 or 2. Remember, some of this is for the dogs.
Mm-hmm.
But I found the baby carrots are distressingly easy to eat, and the crunch is fun.
Yeah.
And it does. I do feel better having eaten that than like French fries, right? Or just
totally
chips. I usually get some kind of some kind of vinegary chip.
Uh-huh.
Then if I eat too many of those, my mouth gets all raw and bad for days. It's terrible. But what are you gonna do?
That is terrible.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, other than that, things are pretty stable. Guac is starting to give Ella some corrections when she's a pain in the ass, which I think is great.
She doesn't quite get it. She still finds it somewhat exciting when he growls at her.
Yeah. But, I mean, he's very patient, and he doesn't hurt her, but she does back off when he gives the correction.
Guac has a ball in his mouth, and Feta can't handle it.
Yeah, he's laying on his side with the ball in his mouth.
Feta emotionally can't handle it. They are clones, the little...
I was going to say, I remember a brown dog who would bark at other dogs who had balls in their mouth.
I remember a brown dog who would just put the ball down and then start barking at it.
That's true.
Because it was an inch away from his face.
That's true.
Knucklehead. You're carrying on a proud tradition, Feta.
Ta-da.
You're still a weird little dog, though, but you're very cute.
Anything else for dog updates?
No, I think we're all the same old knuckleheads.
Yep.
You haven't seen Ella for 2 weeks, so she looks different for you. So
She's a little bit bigger.
2 weeks is a little less fluffy, a little bit more lanky.
She's super cute though, and she loves me. Everybody remembered me.
Yes.
Which I was worried about.
Sola
they were
is
excited.
definitely still your dog.
Guac is very stingy with the face licks.
Standoffish.
And he always comes to pick me up at the airport, and
I know.
most of the time I get one face lick from him.
And then he's kind of like bashful and turns away.
Yeah. I got like 24 face licks this time when I got to the car. He was so excited to see me. He just kept licking my face.
It's weird. I let him do whatever the heck he wants, and he still likes you better.
He likes the discipline.
Yeah. I mean, he's not getting any here.
Everybody's like... It's so funny. Like, I made some frozen pizza last night, and I came over to the couch and sat down, and like all the dogs were on me. They were climbing on the couch, and I was like, "What? This is not how this normally goes." I'm like, "Oh, there has been no discipline for the last 2 weeks."
But I haven't eaten on the couch either.
Well,
because it's so hectic.
Yeah. See, it's not hectic with me because I was like, "Remember who I am,"
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, okay," and then they all took 2 steps back.
I drive 15 miles away, and then I can eat in peace. And I drive back here.
Oh my god. All right.
It's stressing you out, isn't it? Just to think like that.
You know.
But they're all happy, healthy, and alive.
Yeah. Okay. I do have one sad piece of news for deep insider Golden Ratio fans, which is friend of the squad, Susan Camzillo, who ran Voods or CB and Fur Fashion, which are like some fan accounts. She passed away last week. And we know lots of friends of the squad are going to miss her posts.
Sad.
No. I don't have anything for ramblings, and so I think it is time to move on to Taste of the Keys.
Oh, I was going to ask how Project Restored Discipline is going.
We're getting there.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
It's more chaos than you thought, isn't it?
Honestly, I think I expected more chaos.
I planted some chaos bombs around the house that will go off at various times. They contain underpants and socks.
I mean, when I got home from the airport, you dropped me off and then immediately took Remy up to his cancer place.
Yes.
And I like literally walked in the door. I still had my shoes on, and Ella first grabbed onto my shoelaces while I was walking around. And when I got her off the shoelaces, she grabbed the little pull tab on the back of the shoes. So I like took a step and just dragged her across the floor.
She likes that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Annoying little dog. All right. Time for Taste of the Keys.
All right.
So when Debbie came through, Debbie the tropical storm / hurricane.
Yes. Is that Tebby?
It is.
Okay.
Not IE.
Right.
She blew 25 packages of cocaine that weighed 70 pounds.
Each? No, together.
No, total.
Oh, okay. Those, I mean, yeah, they're big bales. Yeah, all right.
No, they definitely do. These have, we're starting to learn all of the like branding. These have like a little
weird
triangle.
Alien face triangle thing.
Kind of Star Trek. It's kind of like an abstract fox, maybe.
Sure. Has nothing to do with the female anatomy, probably.
No.
No. It's, weird that they brand their cocaine packages so they can, like, keep them straight. This one goes to Miami. This one goes to Texas. Weird.
Well.
Anyway, it's funny. I was going to say, it's funny how they never find the money bales, but then I now understand why nobody reports ever finding the money bales. Because I wouldn't report it either.
What money bales?
Right, exactly. Hurricane Debbie's like, I blew like a lot of money bales. Why is that never in the news? And all the people are like, no, you didn't.
Two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist and friend of the squad, Gwen Filosa, tweets about this. It says, Hurricane Debbie blew $1 million worth of cocaine onto a beach in the Keys. Debbie is that drinking buddy you can't leave your bags around, by the way. She's not taking it to the restroom. Facts. And then she says, if you didn't have a cocaine frame of reference, this joke didn't land. Am I right? Debbie cannot be trusted with the bag. So, there you go.
No, if she's spreading it all over the beach like this.
You had a sea turtle story.
Yeah, there were baby sea turtles near the airport on South Roosevelt Drive.
Mm-hmm.
And some off-duty police officers saw them on one side of the road away from the beach and helped them across the road, like blocked the road so that they could scurry across, I guess.
They must have hatched and then gone toward the light, which was across the road, instead of toward the water, which is the way they're supposed to go.
So somehow they ended up back at the beach in the water, thanks to this off-duty cop and probably some other people. So that's 80 is a lot, though. That's a lot of little squirmy sea turtles.
That's good.
Good job, off-duty police officer.
It seems like every hatching season, which is like August and September, they go the wrong way because they go towards the light. So if there's like
baseball diamond,
anything, right? Like they're supposed to go towards the full moon, and if there's like artificial lights, they go towards that. And there always are cops that are like picking them up in sand buckets and stuff and bringing them back to the water.
Why do the cops have sand buckets? Do they all have like buckets and sand and buckets and spades in their cruisers for making sandcastles?
If I were a Key West cop
making sandcastles.
It does, by the way, on the side of the City of Key West Police Department, it says serving and protecting paradise.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I'd have a bucket. You never know in Key West when you need a bucket. You're like a mile from the ocean at most at the furthest point. And you need buckets for all kinds of oceany things.
Oh.
Like I'd keep a bucket in the trunk of my cruiser. Or back of my SUV.
But a big one, not like a little one. Not like a kid's bucket.
I think I might have a couple buckets of various sizes.
Whoa, I like it.
Like a 5-gallon, a 1-gallon.
You'd have like body bags and buckets and gloves, crab gloves.
Definitely gloves. I think all cops have gloves, though.
No, but not just the rubber ones. I think like the anti-pinch ones. If you have to like pick up a crab or handle a shark or something.
Maybe.
Take a shark out of someone. You'd want a glove that doesn't get bit through.
Our neighbor caught a shark once. Steak neighbor was out fishing on his dock and caught a shark and called me.
It was like a 3-footer. I mean, it was big. For a fish, it was giant.
Oh, it was big. And he called me from his dock, and he's like, Jen, is Ingo free? And I'm like, no, Wayne, Ingo's in the shower. You need help with something? He's like, well, I got a fish over here I need some help with. So I like run over there, and he's like, could you get a net out of the house? He's got the shark on the hook. And so I helped him bring the shark in. And I think he wanted to keep the shark and eat it. And he's like, should I keep this? And I was like, no, Wayne, I'm a vegetarian. You need to put this shark back.
I think he was shamed into not keeping him by both of us being like, well, we got to release this shark now.
But I did help pull the shark in and like was touching the shark, and they got real weird feeling skin.
Sandpaper.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kind of spiky in one direction.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
I mean, I've pet sharks in the water.
Yeah.
But this was like I was hugging the shark.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big ass shark.
Yeah. I mean, it was successfully released. You did a good job.
It was.
But it was not easy to get that damn hook out of there.
I think it had an old hook too.
Yeah, that's right.
You guys took a couple
an
hooks
additional hook out. Yeah.
All right, it's time for Ingo Corner, where you say whatever you want, and I don't tell you it's boring.
How about German word of the week? Would you not talk about German words?
Oh my God, I skipped the German word of the week.
Well, we haven't gotten to it yet.
It's time for German word of the week.
You haven't skipped anything yet because we haven't gotten to it yet.
Ingo, it's time for German word of the week.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna. This gets a little rambly, Jen.
Great. Because it leads into Ingo Corner where you can say whatever you want.
Yeah, let me use some of that advantage. So my word is Vorteil. Vorteil.
It means before part.
Yeah, it means advantage.
Oh.
Vorteil.
Okay.
But it's in soccer especially, where if you're fouled but you keep the ball, and the call is advantage or Vorteil, which means you still have the advantage, and so the ref's not going to stop the play in your favor to set up a free kick. He's going to let you keep on playing, which is such an interesting approach compared to American sports, where it's like it has to be correct and the offender must be punished immediately. Everything screeches to a halt, and you've got to stop and award the free kick or whatever, or award the free basket.
Interesting.
Instead, in soccer, it's like the flow of the game is more important than meting out punishments
or using any reasonable, insane way of timing the game.
Yes, that's connected. But this is what leads to the diving, right? It sort of was. If I get kicked in the knee really hard, it hurts. But if I manage to like keep the ball and pass it or something, nothing happens. My knee just hurts, and it feels bad, and it feels unfair. Right? So if I get kicked in the knee, I'm going to go down instead of like trying to play on.
Because then you get the free kick.
Then you get the free kick, and like someone got punished, and and you get, like the foul is actually called. It feels bad to have the foul noticed and then sort of nullified because of advantage, right?
Yep.
But that now, of course, has led to you fall down before you get kicked in the knee. I mean, even if it doesn't hurt, you fall down.
Yep.
So that is still unacceptable. But I could see the rationale of saying, ow, I'm going to go down so that the foul is called, especially in America. But, of course, Europeans do it, too.
I was going to say, those Europeans dive like crazy.
Yeah, but women's football is still better. They still
Much
will
better.
play on, and they'll still be like, that technically was a foul, but they really do use the rule, no harm, no foul. Mm-hmm. That is an actual thing in international soccer, at least.
Well,
right? The ref won't stop the play. It has to be already stopped.
Yeah. If we want to compare American versus German soccer for a minute, there was a game this week.
That's just comparing teams. They're playing by the same rules.
Yeah.
There was a game 2 weeks ago that Americans have now beaten Germany twice in this Olympics.
Huh. So if we revisit our conversation from a few weeks ago about which is more of a soccer country, when you think of a soccer country, what do you think of?
Not America.
I guess one should think of America before Germany.
One should for women's soccer, yes. Not for men's, where they can't qualify for the World Cup, but for women's, yes.
So the real soccer, we're better.
Fair enough.
The secondary soccer.
Fair enough. The Germans are trying to be as good.
Yeah, but they're not.
Well, obviously not. I mean, obviously the results speak for themselves. The Americans are playing for the gold, and the Germans are playing for third place.
Yeah. I hope you guys get the bronze. Who are you playing? Do you know?
Spain. Yeah, it was Brazil and the U.S. for gold.
Yeah, that's right. You have anything else for Ingo Corner?
Not that I can think of.
Okay.
I can't think straight because of Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
I know all about every sport in the Olympics, but I can't think of anything else. All right, go ahead.
Before I do the sign off, so I got this email from friends of the squad, Sarah and Michael Valentine, great last name, and they made us this song about the golden ratio.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty great. So I'm going to put that as the outro music this week, and you can all listen to the song from the Valentines. It's about the dogs.
It's really good.
It's pretty great.
It's a little catchy.
No.
Yeah.
So y'all hear it in 1 second.
Look for it on Spotify soon.
They're welcome to put it up there. And until next time, Slava Ukraini, and don't put anyone unless they ask you to.
That's right.
Bye.
Enjoy.
In Key West, the tales are mighty grand, where four-legged friends like to take a stand. There's Guac with his shark, oh what a sight. In the tropical sun, they're feeling alright. Then there's Brody, pizza slice in his paw. He's the coolest pup you ever saw. With mozzarella dreams and pepperoni delight, he's munching away in the warm twilight. Oh, the golden ratio, what a crew, filled with laughter, joy, and a little mischief too. From swimming in the ocean to stealing money, life's a peach or more like honey. Remy with an egg, rolling around the sand. He's got breakfast plans, ain't life so grand? With a wag of his tail and a playful bark, he She's the sunshine of this golden ark. Feed her with a head that's oh so small, but her heart's enormous, she loves them all. So steal and catch, watch her purse again, that little rascal on a money rain. Ella's got a spark, she's a lively dame, running wild and free, she can't be tamed. Together they make one mischievous clan, living it up in that breezy land. What a crew, filled with laughter, joy, and a little mischief too. From swimming in the ocean to stealing money, life's a peach and more like honey. Oh, the golden ratio, what a crew, filled with laughter, joy, and a little mischief too. From swimming in the ocean to stealing money, life's a peach and more like honey. Life's a peach or more like honey. Remy with an egg, rolling round the sand. He's got breakfast plans, ain't life so grand? With a wag of his tail and a playful bark, he's the sunshine of this golden ark. Feed her with a head that's oh so small, but her heart's enormous, she loves them all. Zoe stealing cash, watch her purse again, that little rascal on a money rain. Ella's got a spark, she's a lively dame, running wild and free, she can't be tamed. Together they make one mischievous clan, living it up in that breezy land.